Hello adventurers and welcome to my very first video for my channel here. This is going to be a writer's journey, I've decided, where I do videos, whatever's coming to me. Today, I didn't know what video I was going to be doing first to kick this off. But I just, after going through my YouTube subscriptions that I follow, I actually watched a video from Caleb Hales, um, or Hiles, pardon me, Caleb Hiles, who does covers. And I actually found him through Jonathan Young, who does Disney metal covers. And I'm not gonna lie to you, these are amazing artists. They're doing incredible work, and I've been following them for quite some time. They've been really inspirational to some of my writings. But in particular, Caleb moved me to tears when I got a notification for his cover of Show Yourself from Frozen 2, which I won't lie, that song was probably what kicked off summer. Which, if you're familiar with some of my work on Inkit, I have Nature Calls, a series which is my version of a modern day fairy tale. Um, but I was having difficulty trying to find how I could incorporate my elemental fairies into a modern setting. And after going to see Frozen 2 at Cinema Cafe, yes, I love the Cinema Cafe. My wife and I love going there. It's a great date. We went and saw Frozen 2 there. And walking out, immediately I knew how to write Nature Calls Summer. And it kicked off from there. And I will never go back. um, Show Yourself in particular felt like the encompassing of my fairy romance, and listening to Caleb, I cried listening to it. um, for those who those I'm gonna open up to you a little bit about my process in these videos. um, I love to sing. I used to sing a lot more before I started on my testosterone hormone replacement, when my voice changed drastically. um, I'm not really sure what my range was. I've never been classically trained. My dad was the one who really was warming me up when I was a kid, because he did a lot of performance in his younger years, but when he was in the military. As he rose through the ranks, he just had more to do and less time to do his fun stuff. So, but he would work with me and my sister, and that's where we really found our passion for singing. I don't have that much of a competitive bone in my body to where I think I could survive in the singing world, so I never really pursued it. My sister, on the other hand, went for her music degree, and props to you, sis, because she did a 6-year bachelor's in music in California. Um, it may have taken her a little while, but it actually was a 5-year program. So yeah, ooh, it's really involved. And I was like, not for me. Uh, but I've always loved singing. I've loved performing. I'm not very competitive at it, so I didn't really enter the world. But listening to Caleb today, I was reminded of my passion for singing and dance. I did some dance when I was a kid, but unfortunately, again, my body just is not built to do it professionally, so I do it for fun. I don't show people, obviously. It's free form, and it's whatever my body feels like doing. um, but for the first time in quite some time today, listening to just the first playthrough of Show Yourself, I found myself up on my toes, and I was doing my different positions with ballet, and I was like, oh wow, I'm feeling this. Um, and I was very emotionally connected to his performance. It's incredible. You have to check out his channel. I'll see if I can link it in the description here. This is my first video, so I'm feeling out how to do this. Um, but I I was moved with the passion in his voice. But it also got me bringing back to the forefront of my thoughts Elsa's story, which I have a unique journey with Elsa. When the first movie came out, I was going through a very difficult time in my engagement. My wife and I actually were engaged for quite some time, due to financial reasons. I mean, it was kind of illegal for a while for people of the uh, same sex, like legally recognized sex, to get married. But along the way that there were other things that we were just trying to flesh out to make sure if we even wanted to. And during one of these rough patches, I walked and I left the house or our apartment that we'd been in for quite some time and decided I needed to find myself, and I was really lost for a while. Ironically, that December, because it was in December, was the December that Frozen was going off the charts, and I contributed to 4 of those tickets that were sold because I went to see Frozen 4 times in 1 month. I'm pretty sure I went every week in that December. Um, and every time I was listening to Let It Go, I was reminded of my Wicked years in high school, listening to Defying Gravity and how much that empowered me, listening to Idina. I reconnected with how much I loved hearing her voice and the character journey she played. So that really got me through some really dark times in that year. And I was able to find myself a bit and come back home and reconcile with my fiance, and we both worked through a lot of stress and turmoil we were going through at the time. Typically it's always finances, because I don't know about you, but authors are part of that starving artist until you like make it to like rolling level. It's not easy being an author. um, I've actually been writing for free way too long. I can't wait for my debut novel to come out this year. Um, but yeah, it's so hard trying to work a day job and do your work and not burn out, and it's so hard. So when Show Yourself comes in, I'm listening to Elsa's words again about how all my life I've been torn. It's just I was remembering what brought me back to Elsa in the beginning. But another thing that really struck me, and it's for the first time I'm being a little heartbroken with Disney, is that not only did we finally get this beautiful description of what a culture that it has a little bit of nature worship in it, and there's this intimate connection that Elsa has with the spirits, and this how it empowers her and completes her. She doesn't need anybody but her. And I love that about Show Yourself, is that you are the one you've been waiting for all your life. And yet Disney is released shortly after the movie was out. It was in theaters. They're saying, "Oh yeah, next movie we're going to reveal Elsa has a girlfriend." And I went, "What? Missed opportunity here. Why?" I mean, I get it. We would love to have representation of lesbians in the Disney princess arc, but you had a golden opportunity for an ace character. There is no representation of a genuine ace character, or I mean, I'm sorry. When I watched Frozen 2 at the very end, as she's riding off on that horse, I'm sorry if you haven't watched the ending of Frozen 2, I apologize. But she's riding off on a water horse to Holland. She don't need nobody. Elsa is very happy, connecting with nature. Honestly, how many of you out there want to be the witch in the woods with your cottage and your garden and you don't need nobody? That's what I saw. I don't. I feel like this is a huge missed opportunity for us to finally have a character that can show girls it's okay to not need anybody. You are perfectly fine by yourself. Be happy with yourself. Her mother even tells her, you are the one you've been waiting for, not a girlfriend. Like, why, Disney? Why? You're finally giving us this empowering story of somebody who literally you don't need somebody to complete you. You don't. Even Anna and Kristoff were like, we don't complete each other. We're partners. We're helpmates. Like, oh my god, you had an opportunity. Don't ruin it. Like mm, mm. Yeah, that was my feelings. Again, Caleb, you did a phenomenal video. Like, you moved me. Please don't let this video distract from that. He did an amazing video. I danced to it, sir. But this is to you, Disney. This is to you. You want representation? That's representation that's not represented. And you have a golden opportunity for an amazing character to be represented the way that I think she deserves to be represented. I'm not saying she needs to be paired with a spirit. I'm saying let her be paired with herself. Atahallen is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful haven for somebody who, honestly, if she's the fifth spirit, why would you pull her back to humans? Why would you pull her away from her spirits and who she's becoming and make her go back to that? Why? Why? I don't know. I might question storytelling more in these videos. But that's really my rant, my very first video. So yay! I can be a little opinionated, and I understand this, but to all my friends out there, that I mean, I'm demi-romantic myself. I don't have that like, oh wow, that's a beautiful person, and I totally date them. I don't have that feeling. I'm looking for a soul that resonates, and I found that. Oh, just her soul vibrated at such a beautiful wavelength that I felt it when she walked in the room, and I knew I had to get to know that person. And I'm about to celebrate 17 years with her. So it's not about appearances. It's not about the fairy tale story, because, like I said, we've had a roller coaster of a life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And honestly, I don't think I will ever be with anybody ever again if I ever lost her, because we took our vow till death do you part, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be that. And if I ever have to walk this life without her, I don't think I would look again, because I had the great love of my life. I had an amazing journey, an amazing path with somebody, and I'll go meet her on the other side. So, I'm not sure how many of you can identify with that, but I think we all can understand that feeling of completion. Like, we want that. We want to feel our whole selves. And Elsa found that in Frozen 2. And I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to lose that. I've been rooting for her since Frozen, and I feel like that would be a giant disservice to her story, to Anna's story. Because Anna is the one who was looking, she wanted a partner. She wanted somebody to be there with her. Not to complete her, but she has been looking for a friend to spend her life with. She lost, like, her sister and her were separated. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't any reason, malice behind it. It was to protect them both. But she needed to feel, she wants that kinship, that friendship to go through life with, and Kristoff gave her that. So I feel like it does not align with Elsa, and I feel like it's kind of forced to make her fill that role when it doesn't really match up to her, because she's literally struggling to connect with people in both movies. Even in the other ones, the only people she loves are in that castle. She states that in Unto the Unknown. She states that, and she's chasing after the fifth spirit, which is herself. That's who she's been looking for. That's who she wanted. So don't take that from her, Disney. Don't do it. And honestly, you have an epic opportunity to represent a demographic that nobody represents. So there we have it. I'm done with my rant. I'll get off and move forward. If you like this video, then please like it. Tell people about it. Maybe I'll be able to get some more videos like it in the future. I also have an exclusive series on my Patreon right now running about mythic storytelling, where I talk about my stories that I write, because yay, I'm actually a writer. Yeah, so I'm not just coming at this from an amateur perspective. I write. So when I talk about parts of movies like that, that's what I'm talking about. Movies, books, TV shows, video games even. I'd love to go over things like that. So if you like this kind of stuff, if you want to hear a writer's perspective on it, not just a viewer, subscribe, follow me, let me know what you want to see next. In the meantime, Thank you for watching, adventurers, and joining me on this writer's journey. I hope to see you next time in the next video, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be kind to yourself and to others, and you'll have back in kind.